At the moment of recording this video, Luis Suarez is on the brink of becoming an Atletico Madrid player. Maybe who knows, by the time that this video is uploaded, that is actually the case. Luisito's career at Barcelona has been packed full of highs and lows, several of which have created controversy within the Camp Nou faithful. Whatever the case may be, most will tend to agree that his departure was necessary, suggesting that the version of Suarez that we see today is not what he used to be. If this is the situation that we currently find ourselves under, then why in the world would Atletico Madrid want him? In the Suarez of today, are they still getting a natural goal scorer or just someone past his best? And most importantly, are Barcelona fans right about wanting him gone? Perhaps even, should they be worried? Well, let's find out. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And personally, I have to say that for me, Luis Suarez has always been one of my favorite footballers. I don't know if it's the name that we share or the badass status that we also have. But in him, I just see this sort of wonderful striker enshelled in this public enemy #1 figurehead. And that is a sort of proposition that I'm really attracted to. I'm not here to convince you about anything of Luis Suarez, because I know that so many people have several different opinions about him, about what he has done in his career and what he has managed to achieve. Rather, today I'm gonna be focusing into how he has evolved as a player to just find out at what sort of level he finds himself currently. And just like any story that we have to begin with his origins. Luis Suarez was signed by Barcelona for 81.72 million euros on the 11th of July of 2014 from Liverpool by agreeing a 5-year contract. At this time, Luis Suarez was nothing more than an absolute goal-scoring machine, finishing his last season at Anfield with 31 goals in 33 matches, winning the Premier League Golden Boot and helping Liverpool to secure a second place in the league, returning them to the UEFA Champions League in the process. What's more is that not only those 31 goals made him the 7th player to score over 30 goals in a Premier League season, but also the European Golden Shoe, after being found guilty of a biting incident on Jorginho Chiellini during the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Suarez had a complete turnaround to his career, making signing Luis Suarez look more of a risk than ever before. As a result, Luis Suarez was banned from all football-related activities that included witnessing official games at a stadium or even training with Barcelona. It was on the 25th of October when Suarez made his competitive debut for Barcelona, starting in attack with Lionel Messi and Neymar away to Real Madrid in El Clásico. Many of you may not remember, I didn't even until I started research for this video, but that debut for Suarez ended up in a loss. A 3-1 defeat that included a substitution from Luis Suarez 20 minutes into the second half. Something that we must remember is that it wasn't until 3 games in where Suarez actually played as a striker, because when he made his debut, he actually started as a right winger. It comes now at our attention that Luis Enrique saw the potential that Suarez could give the team by shifting Messi then to the right hand side and sticking Suarez into a much more central position. With this decision, the MSN was born, and therefore when Luis Suarez just started out completely banging the main, finishing the first season with Barcelona with 25 goals and 23 assists. A great return for a very good first season. If we add on top of that they won the treble, I just have to say that Suarez looked like the perfect signing. In his next season with Barcelona, we're talking about the 2015-2016 campaign, Suarez continued to increase his numbers exponentially, improving from having contributed to 48 goals to a whooping 83, not only beating Messi to the Pichichi trophy in La Liga, but also becoming the European Golden Shoe winner, earning him the title of the first player since 2009 to win both the Pichichi and the Golden Shoe, other than Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi. This was the season where he grew the most and proved to many that despite the adversity that he had to face, he could put all of it apart and really try to succeed to become the best player. Needless to say, he became one of the most important footballers in the world at the moment, and had it all in him to win the Ballon d'Or if it wasn't for the two cracks in front of him. After a season of amazing highs, everything would have tended to look as an understatement, and personally I believe that this is one of the reasons that just kind of corrupted the view of Luis Suarez, because nothing was ever going to be as good. Nonetheless, the numbers of Luis Suarez indeed started to decrease, but on top of that we have to add that from an overall performance level, he was never at the sort of pace and rhythm that he managed to achieve in seasons prior. As an out-and-out goal scorer, he was still there because his output was still relatively good compared to those among Europeans' elite in terms of strikers. However, when you take into account all of the extra jobs that you have to do for a team as demanding as Barcelona, he never capitalized. When Suarez arrived from Liverpool, and by that manner many other forwards when they come from other clubs to Barcelona, the main worry is always, are they going to fit into the system? And with this, many are not only thinking about whether they're going to be able to interchange passes and move around into different positions. No, we're talking about whether they're going to be able to play without any sort of space. If you take a look at the best goals from Suarez at Liverpool, he always tends to run into the space, looking for a channel where no one is marking.
Oh my word, that is an absolutely wonderful goal.
But at the Camp Nou, you do not have that sort of luxury. That is why many of us were surprised that this player was able to fit in so nicely, because he added traits to his game that we never knew he had before. The associative play, the ball recovery, and the pressuring from the front all made Suarez stand out as one of the best strikers in the world, because he not only contributed with goals and assists, but overall to a complete system of play. Now that you take those factors away because of age, because of perhaps he not taking too much care of himself, an argument can be made that Suarez just looks like any other ordinary striker. It is no surprise then that Ernesto Valverde at the time decided to employ a 4-4-2 formation, simply to just cover up for the work that Suarez and Messi were not doing. Defending is something that is always associated to the center backs, the full backs, but in reality, if you want a team to succeed, to be an absolute machine, then every single player on the field has to pull their weight. This is where Luis Suarez lacked, and therefore his decline verified. But well, now, if we take into account the rise and the fall, what sort of player are Atletico Madrid really getting? Well, I have to first say that they're of course going to get a wonderful striker, a goal scorer that has absolutely everything in his locker to bang at least 20 goals a season. As we've seen throughout this video, Luis Suarez may be declining, but that doesn't mean by any matters that he is any bad. If you compare him to other players of Atletico Madrid currently, he still would become the top goal scorer in that side even at the age of 33. So Simeone is doing good with a signing like this for almost nothing. In contrast to the potential move that Suarez was being touted to in Juventus, Atletico Madrid is a side that actually can put out a good decent midfield that will cover for the deficiencies in defense that Suarez would have. In return, they can put players like Llorente, Coque, Saúl, Thomas Partey if he stays, or even the potential incorporation of Lucas Torreira from Arsenal. These are all players that are ready to work and can cover for the spaces that Suarez can simply not give anymore. On top of that, if we take into account that Suarez is joining in Atletico, a team that likes to sit back and defend and actually give the possession to the opposition, someone like Suarez wouldn't have to be worrying too much in that area of his game. He can much more concentrate into which kind of spaces to exploit, and that would actually be good for Atletico Madrid because they get a lot of pace. In contrast to Barcelona, they are almost always attacking on the counter, and Suarez may not be the paciest of players, but he can still find himself in good positions to finish with his quality. We've seen one of the best goals Suarez that has scored this season was against Villarreal, where Barcelona were playing on the counter. And if El Charrúa can replicate that at Atletico Madrid, then they're going to be getting a quality player. I wish Luis Suarez and them all the best, because they're getting the third highest ever goal scorer for Barcelona. That is not an easy feat. That is really not an easy feat, especially for a player that is not loved as much as someone like Lionel Messi, and someone that honestly should deserve a little bit more praise. Luis Suarez for me is and will be always an amazing stellar player, and is truly up there to be with one of the best footballers that has played with the Barcelona colors. Gracias Luis por momentos increíbles. Thank you Luis for incredible moments. I wish you all the best. That's gonna be everything for right now, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment box down below at what level do you think Luis Suarez is going to be playing at Juventus, and certainly tell me your favorite moment of El Charroa at this club. I'm so happy, honestly, that we managed to enjoy this player when he was at his peak, because whenever he actually performed, my goodness, he was a delight to watch. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao.